Good evening from W.O. Barnes Stadium. Your Fort Worth Vaqueros take on the West Texas FC here in our fifth broadcast, and unfortunately the last one on the home schedule.
Aww.
You're watching Fort Worth Vaqueros soccer on YouTube all around the world. My name is Matt Quinn, and I'll be joined by Robbie King and Megan Southern tonight.
Hello. I'm here. Robbie's here. We're happy to be here.
Matt, it is a shame that it's the last one of the season. It seemed like this thing has come and gone so fast. Hoping for better results that we've had when we started this thing. I really thought this team was exciting, and I still think they're exciting. Just the results have just not been there. It seems like one way or another we find a way to have something go bad. But the season is not over. Let's go ahead and put everything we got full foot forward. Let's go. Obviously, the last game with the 2 red cards, and it's extremely warm. I assume you're about to give us the
yes,
stats on that.
Yes, the chat
to you by the
sponsored by the Chat Room Pub. Easily the 8th best bar in Fort Worth. The temperature tonight 92 and feels like 97, with its humidity of 79% and the wind south 8 to 10 miles an hour. The sunset will occur somewhere around 8:37, which is interesting. Fort Worth and this field, everyone knows, probably listening to the broadcast and watching us, you don't usually build soccer fields that go east and west. And so,
and Matt, I will say this, it looks like the first time or at least for this season, that Fort Worth is going to defend against the sun. Right,
they're going to defend.
They lost the toss,
They lost the toss, apparently. So Fort Worth out there in their all-blue kit, their usual home kit. The sponsor, the Rabbit Hole Pub, in front of them.
I love the
front
blues.
on the shirt. And looks like Dylan Cabrera will kick off here for Fort Worth. On the other side, West Texas FC, the second meeting only all-time versus Fort Worth. Last year, Fort Worth lost to West Texas 2-0 almost a year ago today on June 18th, 2023 in Midland, Odessa. They are wearing all white with just the black letters. You can see the white socks and many of them with their multicolored boots. And we are underway. The referees are wearing red tonight, which is very good. We needed to see them in some other color than what they've been in.
Why is that, Matt? Why is that?
We'll talk about that throughout the broadcast.
I do want to say, though, Vaqueros being at the bottom of the table here, it's unfortunate, but to put it in Jamie Southern's words that he actually quoted on Facebook, I'm quoting him, Robbie, for the record, this team deserves our support. They've had a string of unlucky results at home, but have been very competitive in every match, and they are so fun to watch.
They sure are. Now, they played 6 matches more than anyone else in the 8-team Lone Star Conference. This is their 7th. Again, the last home game, which is surprising, but they've got 3 more road games, one of them against West Texas FC to conclude the season. Fort Worth comes into this match, no wins, two draws, and 4 losses for 2 points. West Texas FC, 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. That's good for 4th place and 7 points in the standings. Now, what's interesting about this table is that Fort Worth with a win tonight and chalking up 3 more running the table could be interesting. But here's another interesting plot because West Texas FC has an opportunity here, and they score.
And they just did.
Well, great.
Number 7, Ethan Stevenson with the goal. He makes it 1-0, West Texas FC.
We have a replay here. Go ahead and take another look at that. Yeah, he really got a little too close for comfort there. He just dribbled straight into our box and looked up and hit it back post. A little too easy there.
Yeah, that was really, really easy. And
in the second minute.
Pretty much that's unacceptable.
In the second minute.
Somebody's got to step up and step onto that ball.
Well, I hope that was a wake-up call.
And Stevenson, just 5'8", he's from England. One thing to think about on these teams, especially the West Texas team, they're represented by, on their 18 players that they dressed tonight, they've got 13 of them from different countries. Only 2 players on this squad are from the United States. And so maybe we highlight them. But one of them is from Odessa Permian, And that's Amari Everidge. If he gets a chance to get in the game, he's not one of the starters. But nonetheless, a very international field for that squad on the other side. Fort Worth with many of their players from the United States. Not that's a big deal. It's just very interesting. You don't
and
see
a lot of
that.
Texas boys, right?
Right.
We
Well,
got some Texas
right.
boys.
A lot of Texas boys, a lot of Texas high school players that are playing here. Michael Grimm, the captain, wearing that red armband. He plays it back to Jamie Orson. Orson looking for an inside to Cabrera. Can't find him there. Cabrera digs it out. And unfortunately, something like this, they run into each other. Playing the ball back to Orson.
Swing this ball.
Which is a good idea to slow them down.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to slow this thing down. You can't.
I mean, they
dwell on what
came in
just
hot
happened.
and scored within the second minute. Like, they have all the momentum going forward here, so
Michael
work
Constant.
something up.
Both teams dress 18 players. Fort Worth with a bit of a disadvantage because of the last
Two
game.
players down.
2 players down because of red cards. Felipe Medina and J.J. Abraham not able to play. Those were 2 starters in the last match. And somehow Fort Worth, even after the red card, Robbie, when they were down 3-1, the last 33 minutes of that match, Fort Worth scored a goal with only 10 players.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that was amazing.
They made
it
it
interesting.
They absolutely did, and that's good work on them and the coach and nobody giving up and saying, hey, we can still go get this. And they almost did.
Which is part of the reason that they're so fun to watch. Like, I don't care where we are on the table, but there's some really good players on this team, and a lot of great things happen. Not always that the score reflects.
In our first halves, in every single game that we've done at home up here, our first halves look amazing. And it's just, why are we not up 3-0?
I know. It's frustrating, but that's kind of the game.
The talent is there. We're good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going right. And then one thing breaks down, and then we get in trouble.
An opportunity for
And speaking
Anton
of,
Marquez.
our
Yeah,
defense
but a great
cannot break
defense.
down
Good
there.
Step up right here.
A nice step there by the defense. One Michael Constant able to rob Antoine Marquez from France. An opportunity. That ball being placed back to Jordan Ott, who's getting the start this game, his second start of the season. The third game he's played in. The 6'5" Ott, all the way from Southwest Christian in South Fort Worth to SUNY Cortland, New York Cortland, just in the Adirondacks. Played goalie for them this past season, did really well for them. And let's hope that he can shake that one off and we can get one here. Here's an opportunity for Pierce Ware.
No one's following up on the
He
back
drops
post.
in and he
Finish
cuts
it
in and
down. There we go.
does! A goal. The referee receives it and then says we're tied.
I love it. Don't just stop there. That was like, there was like a pause, and it was like we're not finished here. So that's on the keeper there. We got to look at that again.
The ball misplayed by Aitken, Alex Aitken, starting goalkeeper.
Made something out of nothing here. This is great. Not the greatest clearance. But the keeper kind of bobbles it, gets mixed up with his defender, and we just finish it. That's great. That's why you follow up on every single ball, Matt.
That's right. Every ball from under 5 to the senior level Vaqueros team, you follow up every shot.
That's right.
Fort Worth with a goal in the 6th minute of play resets this game. And trying to get an idea of who scored the goal. Oh, my.
That is a great response. Here we go. We have a game, Robbie. Let's go.
And let's just not do what we did on the last game, is immediately give up the goal on a great response.
Yeah.
And trying to get the
settle everything down, slow it down, we'll move forward, everything's going to be fine.
I have a stress ball here today, too. Thrasher just gave us these and if we get a little stressful, it's a Hooters soccer ball.
A ball from Hooters.
Ball from Hooters,
That's
okay? I'm just going to put this
something that I need to
right
squeeze.
in
That's awesome.
What?
We'll try to get who scored the goal. I believe it was Clay Mirador, but I just want to make sure that's who it was.
That was a softball.
I know I
There's
did.
Right?
no way to
It's a
go around
softball.
that.
The softball, really, literally, it's a softball. So,
What?
yeah, that's the way it works,
and
right?
now it's just getting worse.
Can y'all stop talking about balls? I'm trying to watch the game. Back to live action.
Back to live action with one ball.
Wow, there's that.
That's two. The goal scorer was either Mirador.
something
It was hard to
important.
see.
Let's go
No,
with something
listen.
important.
When I looked at the replay, that sun shining down, it's hard to see his number right there. Maybe someone in the chat saw it more clearly, but it was hard to see.
I honestly, looking
have
straight into the sun, I did not know that we scored until I looked back at our
I was surprised that we
replay.
scored. The many times around the 6th this season we actually scored.
No,
that
this
was
gets,
interesting. A dive there by Stevenson, looked away by the referee.
stop it.
The referee, nonetheless, 1-1. And he's pleading his case. This could be interesting.
I just know these referees need to be ready for a lot of action. When you look at the number of cards and that it makes me think that we got to have some control in this game.
Well, they should absolutely be ready for a lot of action. Just doing
Based on the
with
numbers?
what the Vaqueros do. Yeah.
Right, right.
You need to be ready to have your hands on a boat.
This could be a 1-card game. This could be a 27 3-card red, yellow, blue.
And Fort Worth looks to be
No
moving
blue
up.
cards. I'm just kidding.
Fort Worth looks to be moving up. That's a really good move by number 11.
Oh,
And
great
a
ball.
Great through ball. And let's go, boys. Make it dangerous.
Finish
And
that
he
on the outside.
absolutely made it dangerous. And go ahead and score
Yeah,
right
Mike,
here.
let's go.
And they sure
I
did.
believe- yes.
That's, once again, I'm looking straight into the sun, so I can't tell if that ball goes
I can
to
tell
the net
you,
or not, but apparently it did.
I can tell you that was Clay Mirador.
That was
on the
Clay
other end of
Mirador
that.
That
right
was
there.
fantastic.
And that's
Everything about that from
2-1.
the build-up was great.
Oh,
Thank
I'm
you
sorry.
so much, Robbie.
Vaqueros got their lick back.
Thank you.
Please laugh at that.
Thank you, Robbie,
Middle schoolers.
Thank you, Robbie, for the play-by-play. A little technical difficulties.
Are you okay?
Great job. I'm doing great.
Okay.
Doing great. Fort Worth leads 2-1. I can't remember the last time we've said
apologize
that.
For anyone listening to this, I'm shockingly bad about the play-by-play.
You
I think
did wonderful.
Did an amazing play-by-play.
You did wonderful. Way to carry that. Okay, so Fort Worth, that was either.
Boy, there's another turnover.
There's
right
another
there.
chance right
Let's
here,
go,
and then
boys.
sitting wide open, if he could have found him, was Mirador again. But unfortunately, Cabrera couldn't see the back of his head, and here's an opportunity here for West Texas.
Oh,
No,
I
no.
would've
Playing
gone-
and
No one's
continuing that
there.
ball and goes out of bounds, but the
Yep.
referee is called offside.
Yep.
I'd have gone for Fort Worth taking that foul about 35 yards out and just dealing with the yellow card and move along.
That's the way it goes. Oh, the Vaqueros really cashing in here. And I don't know, something in the coach that in the pregame talk I think was very energetic. You can tell, I've been watching our broadcast this season, that the team hasn't had a record that they would be proud of. But however, the
But
players,
Matt, they played good in the first half. and
They
it's
did.
Just
they did. That's just one of those things. But now they're actually converting some of
Yeah.
these chances. They're taking their chips to the station and getting cashed in. So here's an opportunity for
Oh, here's
Cabrera.
another
Go ahead.
He tried to drop it over past George Windsor, but could not. Cabrera with a nice little feed there, but it just didn't work. But it's chances like that have happened to them and turnovers that
then
they
sooner
create.
or later,
Yeah.
we've cashed in twice,
Yes.
and that hasn't happened all season.
But I'd
And it should be 3.
I'm not going to lie. The Vaqueros have something to prove tonight. It being their last home game, like they're not going to go down
they
swinging like that
absolutely
at
do.
all.
And they've been better than what the record shows.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they've been snake bit around the goal at least the past couple games, but they've been able to cash in here in a couple. And once you see that ball go in the net, just like last night, the Dallas Mavericks, seeing the ball go in the net several
That
times.
was so satisfying.
I bet it was
Oh
for
my
some
God.
people. Not for others.
Oh,
but
not
that's
for you
okay, but that's
with your
okay.
Larry Bird socks
That's
over
okay,
there.
yes. I've decided to retire them
You
after
should.
the
You
after
definitely
the
should.
wearing them Thursday night to help the Vaqueros out, and then last night, no, we're not
You
doing
thought that
again.
was going to help us?
Well, I thought it would. Sure, why not?
Okay.
We needed some help. I mean, I don't know. You never know.
Mm.
So back at that point, though, about the team, you'd never know in their pregame meetings in anything. You'd never know that they only have 2 points and they're in last place. They're very upbeat, very
Bottom of the
excited,
table, Matt. Bottom
very
of the table.
everything. Very, very, you never know. You think it'd be the first game of the season. They're very upbeat, very excited to be here. I mean, it's not easy to come out here in 96-degree weather and have an 0-2, or excuse me, 4 losses straight.
Well,
But
Matt, like I said,
it's tough.
I feel like every first half that we've done here at home, they've come out really well. and just got nothing to show for
Very
it.
unlucky, man. Just, like the athleticism is there. The runs are there. The ball is
Like,
there.
what a
Even right
great
now,
move
let's look
right
at this.
there.
Let's look at this. I know how many more scoring opportunities we had on Thursday night than Laredo Heat, but still the score doesn't reflect that at all.
Sure. So Francisco Aramillo with that nice tackle, that slide tackle to be able to start that. Ends up coming up with the ends up resulting in this first corner kick for the Vaqueros.
A little bit of banter and little kind of pushing a little bit there in the box. Looks like the ref is going to have a couple words there.
gonna
Like,
talk
let's
about
calm
it.
down a little bit.
We're going to talk about it.
No cards yet.
Yeah, no cards yet for either team. It's one interesting thing about their corner kicks. They just can't seem to get them over. Or the
No,
first touch being by the Vaqueros. It seemed like they've all been defended very well. Unless Fort Worth, it's interesting you bring that up. 18
And
yellow
Matt,
cards this season.
Matt, we talked about the corner kicks last game.
Right.
Like, how many are you going to get before you score? Just one time.
One. 18 yellow cards, 3 red ones. So far in 6 games. This being the 7th game for Fort Worth. And this pass to the captain, Olivier Correa. And he knifes his way through. He might have a shot here and a nice give and go,
Not
and they
covered
do.
there. He's sitting in the middle. He's looking for an offsides
Number
call.
9
And
with
doesn't
the
look
goal
like
that ties the game.
gonna get it.
Antoine Marquez with the goal that ties the game in the 14th minute. It is 2-2.
Yes, please. There was not good coverage in the middle of our box there at all.
And that was set
Comes
up.
into our box. We're still not being defensive right now. Our outside back is not pinched in, and he just wide open in the middle of the field. So, it's unfortunate.
That's set up by the run through by the captain. And now it's 2-2. We're all level again. Interesting. You don't see very many games at this level, 2-2, only 14 minutes in the match. So they've been up and down the field pretty well. Fort Worth having to defend probably a little bit better one-on-one. They're better. They like to see a little bit better from them is what I'm trying to say.
4 goals in the first 16 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, they're
a lot
quick.
of action here.
West Texas scoring this season 9 goals and giving up 10. 9 giving up 10. They've had wins at Lubbock. They won 3-1. And also as well home against Austin, a draw versus Brownsville, which was a tough team for Fort Worth to play. They lost to Denton and Laredo, especially their last game. They lost 2-0 to Laredo Heat, the previous team that Fort Worth played here.
Oh, did you see that out there outside here?
I'd have to say it was a turf
looking
monster.
I'm
Well,
glad the
there's
ref
the-
did see. Yeah, let's
the-
hope it was a turf monster.
And the 12th
Yikes.
players showed up.
It's not what I saw.
Here comes Ian Arentz by himself looking for someone, and he does find Cabrera, but that ball played out quickly.
A lot of action in this first half, and just to remind you that this first half is brought to you by the Hyatt Place Fort Worth Historic Stockyards. One of Fort Worth's greatest asset, it is the Historic Stockyards, where the Old West meets Fort Worth. The Hyatt Place in the Historic Stockyards is the Vaqueros' official team hotel.
A great place to stay. All the visiting teams have stayed there,
All of them. They love it.
including West Texas.
We try to get them out on the Stockyards to go two-stepping and, be tired the next day, but it doesn't always work.
Doesn't always work.
Doesn't always work.
A trip to PRs, yields some very interesting things.
Second rodeo,
Something like that.
Cadillacs. Oh, it burned down, but I hear they're remaking
They're
it. So
reopening it,
let's
yep.
hope so.
Yep.
Good passing here
West Texas.
by West Texas, moving the ball around pretty well.
They have several players, like Fort Worth, a lot of college players, mainly on their roster. But West Texas, again, represented by several nations around the world. And hopefully they're watching here on YouTube. And we
How many
thank
we
you.
have?
We thank you for watching this season, our broadcast, because without it, without you watching, it'd be a very lonely place, especially for Megan and her following all the chats. that's
Yes.
for sure.
More comments. Let us know what you think about the game. The chat is open.
And let us know where you're from too.
Yeah.
We'd like to hear that.
We got about 49 in there currently.
That needs to be
Oh,
scooped
man,
up
you better-
by the goalkeeper.
Oh,
and
boy.
Kind of made a mistake, but
okay.
made up for it. And
Yeah.
it looks like it's just going to be out of bounds for a throw-in.
A nice play by Jordan Ott to come out of his box and then be able to get the ball out away from Stevenson, who
That could have
had
been bad.
had the first goal. It's Casey Parrish. They're going to pass to Stevenson, and that is going to be a
Oh.
foul the
That's gonna be a
referee
foul.
sees.
That's
That was
unnecessary.
It was a really good touch by the forward there. He was
For West Texas.
I'm calling that a good foul.
Yeah?
You need-
I'd have to see it again.
You need to take him down there because he was moving along.
It started entering the 18. Yeah, you'd have to think so. And their ability so far to show with 2 goals in just 17 minutes.
Need to be really smart and careful here. These set pieces are very dangerous right outside the box.
Looking into the sun is the goalie Jordan Ott.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
And that's not helping. No, not at all. West Texas looks like Fort Worth's going to have a 3-man
Whew.
wall, and that ball just
It
skimmed
didn't
by the
look
left
like
post.
It missed by very much.
Skimmed by the left post.
Jordan wasn't concerned about it, but from up here, it didn't look like it missed by
Where's my stress
a
ball?
couple inches. The Hooters ball?
Where's my Hooters stress
Yeah.
ball?
Going to play this one short. Constant trying to play this one long, however, to Cabrera. Gets a head on it. That ball to Francisco Jaramillo. And
great touch
he's
and a
onside.
great ball.
Not gonna make it.
Maybe it could have been interesting. The way referees call things these days, there might be a delay in their head, but nonetheless, it turns out to be a goal kick.
That's a goal kick for West Texas.
Alex Aitken trying to, like Jordan Ott, trying to right the ship here for both of them. This is almost like equivalent to me, like a Rangers game, where they both give up 5 in the first inning. Both teams,
Here
it's
we
5
are.
to 5 after
Start
one.
over
This
in
is
the second.
right. You start over in the second. West Texas moves the ball out. Good pass here and a good build-up. They've had a little bit of an advantage over the middle here so far, and they're able to take care of that. That's Luke McCormick, their number 10. They bring the ball up. Back to McCormick, and he uses his back line. That's George Windsor. Side for them.
Great movement of the ball here.
Great
except
movement.
for that one.
And McCormick was looking a little bit for Vander Rocha. Keep moving here. And so they continue to press. That's number 9, Marquez, who scored the second goal. Keep trying to find something over their head, but Ian Arendz here with it. And that pass to Jaramillo.
Oh,
No
looks
way.
like we got someone watching from Edinburgh, Scotland.
All
Let's
right.
go Vaqueros.
Go Vaqueros.
Alexander Ott.
Like it.
Must be related to Jordan Ott.
Could
I'm
be.
assuming. I love it. My husband is Scottish.
That's
Upset
cool.
about that Germany-Scotland game. That kind of broke
Could
our...
be related to
Yes.
Steve Ott, the former Dallas Stars player.
Okay, maybe.
Could be.
Maybe.
Long line of odds. Anyway, back to live action. George Windsor with a nice pass and a give and go. He receives it. Arendz tries to keep him up, but Casey Parrish with it. And he fights with number 19, Pierce Ware, making his second consecutive start this season.
That's really good work by him, too, when he was in a no-win situation to go ahead and step up and get in front of that
Now
ball.
you see the form. They looked great there with 4 across the middle trying to defend this, as well as 4 defense. And that picked up there by Vander Rocha on the right side, but a goal kick maybe
Yes.
or corner kick. This looks like a corner.
Yeah, I think it might have gotten... He tried to get it. Kind of went off
Yeah,
his
and there's nobody
Yeah.
arguing
there.
about that
Yeah,
either.
No.
We didn't see the
This corner kick for West Texas.
necessarily see it. But
7th barbershop. The official barbershop.
West Texas is going to take another one here, and the referee over to talk to Vander Rocha.
Yeah, there looks like there's some love in the chat for Vander Rocha also.
He's from Brazil,
Madison Huntsman.
Ashland University,
Oh, nice.
an
You know
Eagle.
where Ashland University
I
is?
believe it's in Kentucky. Just someone I'm sure will correct me because they've done it all season.
I was going to say I have no idea what that is. But okay.
And that's just fine.
Someone in the chat,
Thank you.
please
I
do
would have
it.
said Tennessee or Oklahoma.
All right,
Correct,
they're probably
Matt
right.
Quinn.
I was right.
If
All
you
right.
correct Matt Quinn, I will buy you a beer.
All right. You got to find your
did anybody
first.
comment on the Joe Papaleo thing?
No, unfortunately.
Joe Papaleo is a former Dallas Sidekicks goalkeeper. And those of you that know who the Sidekicks are, they're an indoor team. Now that was very popular in the late 80s with Robbie when he was a youngster.
Just
sure.
a little Robbie.
Yes.
Now what I would like to see, though, Fort Worth try to do, one of these players do what their striker Tattoo used to do. When he scored, he'd take his shirt off and throw it into the crowd.
Stands,
Yep.
Yes.
Ooh, tried for the turn there. Yeah, Tattoo was a amazing man. I
Yep.
remember the first time I got to meet him, and I took a picture. Made me
Michael
so
Powers,
happy.
they're
So on the side note, I bought a bobblehead of Tattoo and gave it to John Henry, and he broke it on his first day of bringing it to his podcast.
That was probably a collector's item worth
It cost me a lot more money than I want to say.
$97 on eBay.
Tattoo's still active in youth soccer. He's a coach of the Sting Soccer
For
Club.
Sting, right.
Yeah. And very interesting, as many of those players, Michael Powers, others, are still out
Mr.
coaching.
Defense, Michael Powers, yeah.
They're still out
Mr.
coaching.
Defense.
And this is 35 years ago when the Reunion Arena, back, many people think that the Mavericks sold out Reunion Arena. They did, but so did the Sidekicks.
Oh, yeah. That was the highlight of my teen years.
So amazingly true. Indoor soccer. 16,000 people a night.
Mm-hmm.
So outdoor soccer, the temperature is just declining some, but not much.
I see 89.
And the
And the
players, are out there. It feels more like 94. Well, the folks out in Midland, this team, West Texas, Midland, Odessa, I'm sure are used to the dry heat.
Yeah,
And,
these players from Germany.
Yes. At least they've been David
Acclimated.
Ormiston, the coach, the first-year coach of West Texas. Now, this is only the second year this group has been around. They made the playoffs last year. And the coach, my apologies, Ormiston,
Boy, that's
the
a great
coach,
defensive play right there.
he was a former goalkeeper. And so
I was watching the coaches down here. I don't know if it's the one with the awesome mustache or not, but
he does have one of the better mustaches. We talked
He-
about that with him.
he was getting on to him. He wasn't backing down. He has a great mustache, by the way.
David
Mustache.
Ormiston, my apologies, from England. Like 4 of the other players on the squad. And here's an opportunity here.
And
Gonna have
it's
to
a
shut
really
that
good
down.
opportunity.
Shut
That
it
was a
down.
Bad clearance by Fort Worth.
And interesting that they came back from the defense, but yeah, I would probably have seen someone go right through the 18 with that. Coming back to get it, was Cabrera,
unlucky
and then
Cabrera.
Jaramillo.
It's still
Oh,
and he's
what is
being
that?
grabbed. This
And
could
we'll
be
get
a
the
yellow
foul.
card, and
It
it's
better be.
Yeah, he's getting
It's
in
a
the
yellow
book for
card,
that.
but number
Wrapped
4
around
Windsor.
his legs.
Matt, you were exactly right. That was a great turnover.
Hey, he
forward.
reacted very well. Like, he didn't, throw him off. He was just like, okay, man, really? And we got the call there.
And for the yellow card, the guy did the right thing. You
Yeah.
can't allow them to come through with speed and numbers. You got to hold them up. You got to take the card. It is what it is.
I mean, we're still in our half, though, here. Do you think that was a good foul?
Well,
Yeah.
because
He was coming through with a lot of speed and a lot of numbers.
Okay.
as you saw Clay Murador on the other side, as well as Ian Arends, was going to be a 2-on-1 if he was able to make the pass.
There was nothing dirty about it. There was nothing malicious about it. You just got to hold them up, and you know you're taking that card as soon as the situation brought itself right there. You know you got to hold them up.
I
and
say,
just
even if
take
it was 70 yards away from the attacking goal, you have to make that play.
I disagree.
You have to make that.
All right.
It is interesting. It is interesting early like this when the score is 2-2. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. And so, 70 yards away is an interesting plot, but nonetheless, that's what we're looking at.
Nonetheless, I really think their passing They have great possession and control of the ball here, I've
There's
noticed.
Frederick Clausen, number 15, 6'5" guy in the back. We don't normally see that from the opposing team. Clausen from Denmark, the graduate student at the University of Tampa this season, and then taking advantage of the college route. Good for him. An opportunity here for West Texas. Marquez, but
Didn't
nonetheless, it
communicate
rolls right to Ott. That 6'5" frame and those size 14s, he's not going to punt. Instead, we're going to play the ball back to Orson from Yale. And there was an opportunity there
In the
for
back.
Cabrera.
I
He
saw
was
there was
fouled.
contact. There was contact for sure. Like,
He was definitely fouled.
So I didn't see it, but if there was, that's completely unnecessary. Why would you?
I mean, he's going
Why
up for the ball.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, like it was kind of soft, but still, there's any contact
but why,
there.
why would you give
Oh,
Fort
no.
Worth possession of the ball right there for no reason
No.
when they didn't really?
And he's
have
telling the
anything
coach,
going?
you see that? Like, there was contact.
and talk
Coach-
about
Oh, I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
talk about the coaches and the dissent and everything. In our last match on YouTube, we saw where our coach Tony Marola received a yellow card, but not for dissent as we had thought. It's kind of hard for us to see this, but he was kind of a more unsporting behavior, and did not like the situation where the player. And there was an opportunity.
Wow, that was a save.
A great one there. Did not like the
Dang.
situation
Great
that
shot.
occurred, but Fort Worth able to turn this into a corner.
I
A
never
nice
even saw
header.
it. I just looked right into the sun and never
I
saw
know
the
it's
ball.
hard.
A nice header. They just
Get in
played
there.
over the bar,
Get in
and
there.
it's-
They just
they just missed
Finish
it.
that, man. That was so.
Once again, I'm looking just straight into the sun
It was-
and have no idea.
I
what's
thought it was a
really
goal. I thought it
going
was
on
in.
back there.
And
Swing the ball.
went
He's
to,
open.
The ball went to Clay Mirador. He tried to head it, and it was unsuccessful. But they're
That's
getting
really good
opportunities.
work right there.
They're getting opportunities. That one, Cabrera could not cash in on. Mirador and Cabrera have been working very well this match, and in their 4-4-2 setup that they've had.
And sportswear graphics.
It is a little difficult, even with our camera. You're sitting right into the sun. We're going to do the best we can to show you this. Fort
Camera's
Worth,
got it. The
he's
camera's
got it.
Looks pretty good. It's shielded.
Arends. That ball going far, too far. And a foul on Fort Worth. Michael Grimm. The fifth foul on Fort Worth. West Texas with 6. And interesting to sew that thing up with Marola. He wasn't very disappointed with what he was doing. In fact, the referee knew exactly what he was doing by pantomiming to try to bring the ball back. And we'll get into that a little bit later in the broadcast of what happened, what truly happened. It was a little difficult for us to see the red card.
Yeah, when I
in the
when
game
I
against
signed
Laredo.
off, went down there and kind of heard the stories behind both of the red cards, I was like extremely confused. I mean, it's yeah.
So
Yeah, Megan, you and I up here, and Matt also, when that happened, we didn't exactly realize what happened. Just saw they had scored, and oh man, how could we screw something up so bad?
Yeah, at halftime, I'm going to check in with our sideline reporter, Jamie Southern, and I'm just going to get a little quick chat from him and see what he sees from this perspective on the field, or close to the field.
I tell you what, I like our first half right now
Yeah.
again, and I've liked all of our first halves right now. It's just what are we going to do in 15 minutes when we
Right.
turn it over?
Vander Rocha had a few words for the referee, who I think has been, at least he's been around playing. He's able to sell all of his calls.
Yeah, I think he's doing a great job
And
so
so
far.
it hasn't worked out for many of these rushes that West Texas has been doing, but nonetheless, they're still 2 goals on the board for Fort Worth, 2 on the board for West Texas FC. You're watching Fort Worth Vaqueros soccer here on YouTube all around the world. You're watching the Vaqueros. The men in blue are fighting for you here. That ball goes out of bounds. I'd like to thank the fans again for watching us again. You know, without you, we don't have a broadcast. But we'd also like to thank others in this. Anthony Harris and his team, the general manager and his squad have been very beneficial to us in helping us out throughout the season. As well as I'd say Tony Marola, we take this water break on Tony Marola and Tristan Abbott, very wide open. And I can tell you, 20 years of broadcasting, not too many coaches have been wide open with the media, and I guess loosely based media. But they've been very vocal up front. The players have been very helpful. Anything we ask of them, they're here to help us. And so that doesn't always happen with a team that only has 2 points and down at the bottom of the table.
They're so nice. They're still signing autographs. There's a lot of youth soccer population here watching them that still look up to these guys like, man, this is so cool. They're signing jerseys. And, I mean, I love the whole vibe of this team. Regardless, whatever, call our numbers out, I don't care. But they're so fun to watch. Tony Murillo, one of the most genuine coaches I've ever met in my life, and just knows soccer, loves the game, from Wrexham. You know, he's doing good stuff. And I said it last time, and I'll say it before, like, as a coach, you can only put players in the right spot and, you know, have that expectation, like, to play where they're at. Like, they got to be the ones to finish at the end of the day.
Megan, everything you said is great.
Thank you,
it
Robbie.
seems like every time, every home game that we've done, the first half is so great, and it's so exciting. And look at this team. Look at what we're doing. We're going fast. We're going forward. We're building things up. And then something devastating happens.
And unlucky.
And it's just sooner or later,
it's frustrating.
the tide's got to turn the other way.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, like, we got something to prove in this game. I think you're going to like what you see in the next 57.2
I think you're right, but I've been saying that for 4 games now.
Hey, stop it. Stop it.
We're going to go ahead and dominate the second
I'm
half,
hopeful.
and it's going to be fine.
When I walked in here into the stadium, there was a different energy.
You walked in with me.
Well, I ran, remember, because I had to throw the trash away. And
Maybe
then
that
run
was
over
it.
Maybe that was it. Maybe it was.
Robbie, the kinetic energy man. I'm going to start calling you Ready Kilowatt, I guess.
That's not
right?
a good thing.
What does that mean?
That's if anybody knows who Ready Kilowatt is, somebody say something in the chat, please.
We
He
still
does.
don't know who Joe Papaleo is.
Right. But very popular with anyone over 50, I imagine, or somewhere
Lucky
between
there.
50 and 70. We have any folks watching
Wow,
that?
was
Nice
a
move
great
and
game.
another
He's trying to do it
spinorama.
again.
Man,
And
Luke
he got
McCormick.
away with it. That's a good way to
we
get
do
fouled.
not want Luke McCormick to have the ball in the middle like that.
And the
I'm telling you.
graduate, amazingly enough, a graduate student from West Virginia, University of West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Division I.
Sorry, I'm not going to do it.
West Virginia, Mountaineers,
Well,
Division I team.
Doing 2 spin moves in the middle of the field is a good way to get fouled. And
But he didn't. He
yeah,
pulled it off.
I think he's lucky that he
Oh.
didn't
Whoa,
get fouled.
not
Why-
yet.
I mean, that was unnecessary right there.
Pierce
Ware.
Ware.
Unnecessary
Pierce Ware
contact.
not booked.
Or West Texas.
Not booked.
That's part of the stuff that we don't need to do. All right, clean it up,
All right.
Pierce.
Fort Worth with their 7th foul of the match. We got 11 minutes and some change remaining in this first half.
Now, Matt, here's the question: is can we get through this
No one's
with
there.
all the late goals in the first half that we've given up? Can we just get through this without giving up?
Fort Worth has been prone to that, it seemed like, in our broadcast.
Those last 5 minutes for sure, too.
They found who they're looking for, Olivia Carrera.
They've played good enough, just in the half at 2-2, and you're probably loving life.
That's Jasper Vandermolen. And then try to find Antoine Marquez, who scored the second goal for them. Obviously a good build-up, and they were able to connect several passes there. That ball to Windsor. He goes across the number 5, Shuntaro Endo. A nice move inside. He's got a chance.
Gonna have to step
Got
up.
it.
And
know,
that
it's
should
dangerous.
that really shouldn't happen from your defender.
No, that should not happen, and we got
I mean, that should only happen in foosball, right?
maybe got away with something there.
Your defender only scores in foosball, right?
I
So
mean, that's not always true. I got a scholarship to college for foosball.
Really?
And I'll tell you that's not how that
that's
works.
not how it works. The goalie. It's the goalie. Yes, the goalie's very important.
Crap out of your
Goalie-
foosball. You're lucky Woody.
Don't
goalie's very
you
important.
even challenge me. And the goalie goal is worth 2, untouched. Does that happen? Is that a soccer rule? No, it's not. It probably should be. You don't see that often.
Somewhere else it might be, but not.
No, it's not.
one
Ever.
that- no.
I'm waiting for FIFA to make the change.
This ball comes back to Orson. Tries to thread it in, but
This is
Boy,
dangerous.
And this
that's
might
not
be
good.
dangerous
That's a-
here.
That's a bad turnover.
McCormick.
I told you, don't
And
give McCormick the
completely
ball.
unnecessary turnover. It looks like they're
And
gonna
then
get
there, a
away
nice
with
play
it.
by Grimm, the captain, to take advantage of something there. He also gets the return from them. Looking for Arends, but he can't find him. That's 11, Vander Rocha on the left side.
Oh, my gosh.
Defended
Gonna go with
well.
the handball
Composure
at
here.
some
They're
point.
looking
no,
for
I
a
feel like
hand
that's
there.
the back of the shoulder. That is not a handball.
It's a nice,
Oh, that's a hard ball to get
it's
to
a
there.
nice move, though, by Mirador. Good
Good idea,
from
good
the
idea.
product from Indiana and Alito High
I
School.
want to see a replay. I think that was a handball.
It could be a
Megan-
handball
Megan
there.
disagrees.
I don't
Some
think we
handling.
had it. We don't have the replay, I don't think. Too late. It was. Robbie, just trust me. I'm always right. It was fine.
That's what we hear. Correa here on the opportunity into the 18,
No
flanked
goals
by
here.
3 Vaqueros. And the shot right into the waiting arms of
Good
Ott.
coverage. Good
Pretty
coverage.
good work to get the shot off, but also very good defense. So
We-
just, if that's all it's going to be, then that's fine.
We've got 8 minutes remaining in regulation and probably about 3 more.
Three and a half,
so
something like that.
the soccer clock says 3 more. This ball played to Cabrera. If he can get the foot race past Endo,
We're not
he
really
can't.
One of us just needs to press here, really, and the other ones cover.
Clausen
Smart
looks
work.
for Endo. Nice pass inside. That to Correa.
Boy, who was marking that guy?
Oh,
'Cause
God,
he
and
just can't
Stevenson.
Look at him in the
away
middle
for-
here.
Finding the middle, Stevenson. And this pass to 11, Rocha. He's made his way to the right side. Defended by Gall, but that ball
No
goes
one's
all the
there.
way, sails right
Oh.
through the 18.
Matt, they had time to make up for that, and luckily they did, but that was not great defending.
I'm sure there will be a halftime speech about the extra numbers that are coming through the midfield. It seemed like they're coming in waves. Really, they're just moving around. Rocha has been, it seemed like to me, has been moving back left and right all over the field, and he's been doing that with Stevenson. Like they've been changing, and so Fort Worth's having a little bit of difficulty in the middle finding that. It's been the West Texas game plan. They've got a free kick here after the foul, and they move up. You see Clausen moving up, number 15, as well as the outside back, number 4, Windsor.
He's just going to try to drop this ball right in the box backside.
Both those players, 6'5", trying to do something. And that ball played quickly. Windsor with an opportunity, but no. And out with it is Orson. Unfortunately, played back to Rocha.
Oh, yeah. I caught him on that, I think.
This is a yellow card here for Orson, unfortunately.
He didn't get ball first for sure.
Yellow against the Vaqueros and a free kick for West Texas.
Orson picks up the foul in the 39th minute.
Matt, and I was just about to say they defended that really well, even though they maintained control of the ball. We just pushed them out and towards the corner.
Sure.
Just outside of the foul, and from where we are, I couldn't really see it.
Look, McCormick
Side.
found the waiting head of number 3 Michael Constant, able to shoo that one away. Fort Worth right with 5 minutes left. Usually has been
This is where
some
they got
interesting
This is it.
defense.
Got
We'll
to
just say
lock-
that.
got to
This is
lock
the
Got to lock
danger
this up.
zone.
This is the danger zone.
Oh, boy. Don't hold your breath. Where's
Move
my
that back
stress
out to-
ball?
Move that back out to Clausen. To Endo from Japan. Players, one of the many international players they have.
Nice.
Clausen. Windsor. Clausen from Denmark. Windsor from England.
They're going to keep this ball and work it up here, I think.
They have moved that 4th defender up to try to play, and then that's Endo out there. A nice pass to him. McCormick, guarded by Arends, moves the ball back out to Rocha. It's come from the right side to the left, all the way
No
around the
shot.
field, and Rocha
Good stuff.
Boy,
Denied the shot.
tries to
as
do
best they
something,
could.
but it allows a corner kick. The 5th one for
Matt, I want to say that was defended well, but
West
it really
Texas.
wasn't. They just let him run across the face of the box and pull the trigger whenever he wanted to.
Rocha has been all over the field, and he will take the corner kick. 77, Correa next to him. This ball's high. And, a chance for, I believe that was Endo here with a great chance.
Too close for comfort.
But no one defending him in the air. He's not the tallest player on the field either. That was number 11. My apologies. Rocha did not take the kick. He was the one that headed. So to reset here, we've got about 3.5 minutes remaining.
I think we've kind of lost the possession game here a little bit. We need to kind of settle down and keep the ball.
A lot of holding there in that goal kick, but Fort Worth able to control it. You see 13 there. Estelle, we haven't talked about him much this season. Estelle has been a great player in their defense. Fort Worth, no changes so far, and neither team has made a substitution, and they probably won't unless there's an injury. It's Correa playing the ball back to Clausen. Finds Endo. And here's an opportunity here off to the races for West Texas. They've got 5 players in the penalty area, and then Ott comes out and makes a great save. Stevenson bearing down on that would have had a chance to get his second goal of the match. Ott able to pick it up. Fort Worth not with many chances these last 5-8 minutes. Not getting the ball, not connecting passes.
Yeah, and Jeff says, so how about that jersey? I'm sorry, Jeff, we don't know what you're talking about there, buddy. Come get your jersey.
The Rabbit Hole Pub, the winner of the Vaqueros jersey sponsor this season, adorning the front of the blue kits.
They look good.
The usual blue kits. They play. They're going to be playing with yellow, by the way,
For the rest of the season.
For the rest of the season, but
Yeah.
the last game against West Texas on July 3rd, and they'll be playing in those all yellow kits.
Like I have on. You see my yellow jersey? It's my son's, number 16,
There you
Grayson.
go. Nice yellow.
Nice yellow. I was looking at these West Texas jerseys. I couldn't really make out what was on the front of
Yeah,
them.
what is going on?
Is that
on the front?
Is that
I'm not sure.
West Texas downtown?
Like Tall City.
Yeah, I
Tall
know. What is
City,
that?
their main sponsor is Tall City Brewing.
Oh, Tall City Brewing.
They've got a very interesting logo. We'll talk about that in the second half. How they came about in their logo. All the parts of their logo represent Midland and Odessa.
Oh. Yeah, let's get through these couple minutes
And so
with no goals from
let's hope so.
West Texas.
Mirador
Ooh, he's
tied
down.
up with Windsor, and he's down. And I'm not sure what that was
you're
about.
all up on him. He's going to push you off. He's trying to do a quick play, and you're all up on him. So that should, show him the cheese. Show him the cheese.
Show Marquez said interested, as well as number 10, McCormick.
Hey, referee's holding his own. He's a young guy. I like it. He's like, hey, enough. Stop. You're
Well,
gonna talk.
if you keep talking to him, you're about to get a card.
Yeah, I like it.
Constant
Through ball's not there.
with the ball to Clausen. That was picked up quickly by Correa for 77. Those two captains collide. They're number 8, Grimm, and Correa, both captains of the squads, respectively. Less than a minute remaining. 2-2 in this match. You're watching Fort Worth Vaqueros soccer on the Fort Worth Vaqueros channel. This is live right now, in person, in Castleberry High School. The grounds of them just a stone's throw away from Fort Worth. This is Matt Quinn with your play-by-play. To borrow something from Lubbock, because they love to watch our broadcast, they do the X's and O's, and I do the Jimmy and Joe's. I don't know, whatever.
I like it.
It sounded good. Anyway, we've got Megan Southern and Robbie King here along with you. Regulation time has run out. It looked like the fourth official
Got to communicate
Oh,
there.
that's-
marked
Good
4.
tackle.
He marked 4 minutes. It looked like he told the Coach Marola that. So West Texas FC has been really taking advantage
they're
of this.
pushing it right now, and that's going to be a foul. And
This
a
may-
really
Oh,
dangerous spot.
God, we can't. We got to get out of this half. We can't.
This maybe it
That's
looked
nerve-wracking.
interesting. The referee has not shown a booking, just showing the free kick. Fort Worth with their 8th foul of the half.
Yeah, let's look at that foul real quick. Oh my! Okay, his hands were extended. I'm not sure if there was much contact, but his hands were extended and he fell right into that. And no lie, when you're at top of the box or even in the box, you feel contact, you're going to go down to get that foul. That's just how they play it.
Absolutely no card necessary there, but the foul's going to get called 90% of the time, and this is really dangerous.
Jordan Ott with a
There we go.
four-man
Good stuff.
wall, and that goes right over the
McCormick.
net from about 20 yards out from the goal.
For a goal kick for the Vaqueros.
A four-man wall. Fort Worth had all of their
Got out of
players
that.
back except one. It would have been interesting if they had a transition with Cabrera because there was only one player as well defending. If Ott were able to catch that and get that moving. But nonetheless, we're working on our 3rd minute of stoppage time here in the first half, and I guess that's it.
Yep.
That's it. The referee, 3 minutes of stoppage time. And 4 goals in this first half by both teams. A very entertaining first half. And we hope you'll stay along with us for the second half. You get a second half too, right? You buy both of them. You get a double header.
Buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one free. So stay tuned for that here on Fort Worth Vaqueros, the soccer channel on YouTube. Heard all around the world on YouTube. Stay tuned for the second half.
Here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Welcome back. Second half of the Fort Worth Vaqueros versus the West Texas FC. My name is Matt Quinn, along with, I guess, only Robbie King with us so far. We'll hear from Megan, I'm sure, pretty soon. But nonetheless, 2-2. We start the second half. Both goals for Fort Worth we've confirmed are scored by Mr. Mirador, Clay Mirador, one with his left, one with his right. 2 goals for Fort Worth, 2 goals also for West Texas, Stevenson and Marquez scoring. So this is an interesting first half, Robbie.
It kind of seems like a thing that we've been watching every home game, except we've put 2 balls in the back of the net. Now it's, what are we going to do? Can we make a stand in the second half? And the first 10 minutes of this is extremely important.
And a beautiful,
but
yes,
the
go
fact
ahead.
that we've got 2, okay, now they know they can score.
Yep. And it's good, again, we said this earlier in the broadcast, to see the ball go into the net will always pay dividends. And as the sun sets, I'm sure the folks in West Texas and Midland, Odessa have pretty sunsets. We also have one tonight on the left side of the left side of the screen that Fort Worth is shooting on, the second half. Continuing to use the ball control in their 4-4-2 for David Ormiston. West Texas FC in their white. They're all white kits, and referee
that's going to be a foul. There's no reason to pull a card out here. Do not pull a card out.
Talk to him about it. That looked like Michael Constant kind of got run into, maybe not been in the right spot. Nonetheless, that referee, the center referee, right on the spot to call the first foul of the second half on Fort Worth. They had 9 in the first half. And West Texas doesn't want to take advantage.
Cards in the first half?
We had 1 card.
Just one?
Just one. It was Jamie Orson in the 39th minute with a tackle. And then George Windsor for West Texas in the 25th minute. This could be interesting, where the foul occurred. And the referee is saying that's outside of the penalty area. Fort Worth has to be very lucky here where he fell. So that area, that penalty area, includes the line. The foul occurs on the line of play, or the foul occurs on the line. That would be a penalty kick. Nonetheless, the referee has deemed that's outside, thankfully for Fort Worth. Here's the second foul, and a big opportunity here squandered by West Texas. That ball kicked out and defended well by number.
That was defended well
by number 7 Mirador. All the Fort Worth players, including the strikers, come back to defend that. They know how important this game is to them. With only 2 points in the standings and last in the table, they've got to get something moving in these last 4 games.
It's going to be out for Fort Worth ball.
It's Ian Arens.
I'd like to see them slow this up. Well, actually, what they're doing right now is fantastic.
And he does find at number 11, Francisco Jaramillo, and here's an opportunity for him. Here's one on the right side, but blocked well by Aitken.
That's really good work. I was hoping they would slow the ball down and just settle everything down.
The
but
size,
they got out on the break.
The size 12 of Alex Aitken here to save it, to keep Fort Worth off the board in the second half. It plays all the way back. Fort Worth will reset. Resetting is Estelle inside, but not too much. You can hear that. You can hear that Coach Ormiston. You can hear Ormiston, and you can also hear Coach Tony Marola tell him to get back and play some defense. Nice tackle there by Jaramillo.
That's extremely good work, and that is a wrong call.
That's a tough one here. The Fort Worth protest, and this might be.
He did so good to get that ball back.
And this is going to be a yellow card, I think, for dissent for one of these players. Grimm holding the ball, the captain holding the ball, trying to keep it away from Casey Parrish so he can restart. But
I'm
the referee,
okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that.
The referee not very interested in booking anyone here, but has made sure that he's well aware of what's going on. All of that does seem like a very simple foul.
I don't think, and Matt, I'm not sure that was a foul. I thought he did a whole bunch of work to hold on to that ball and then got a foul called for all his trouble.
So back out there, Clausen. Saw him in the first half, all 6'5" of him. Correa, no defensive or no changes by either team so far we've seen. Here's an opportunity for Fort Worth.
That's a really good
Picking quickly,
opportunity.
Pierce Ware, but he can't take the luggage on vacation there. He leaves it, and wait a second. A lot of chippiness going on here with both of these teams to start the second half.
It's a free kick for West Texas.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back, Megan.
The side door was locked. I couldn't get in.
That's
It's fine.
very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You haven't missed anything. It's still 2-2.
I
We're
got
5
scared.
minutes into the second half.
I was in the elevator. I heard
Right.
screaming.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that hurts.
And there's a chance for McCormick and Rocha. They're both going up for the ball, but Jaramillo, a long pass looking for Ware.
No,
I don't
call
think that's an interesting.
Free kick for West Texas.
Another free kick for West Texas here. They had a build-up, so that kind of interesting as well. They could have just kind of let that
didn't
go.
really benefit them.
Kind of let that go, but now Fort Worth able to set their defense. It really helps them. 4 fouls so far for Fort Worth, none for West Texas. And that's Endo, Shuntaro Endo. Back to the goalie, Aitken. And looking for something long.
That's
And he does find somebody.
still keeping the ball, working it down. They've
McCormick looking for Rocha.
That's a really good turn by Rocha.
Net by Correa.
got to get that
Net
out.
shot by him, but the hands raised. No call here for
There's
them.
gonna
And
be a
there's
foul
one
there,
here. That's the
yes.
first foul West
If
Texas
you're
is
gonna-
going
If you're going to call it on the other end, you're going to have to call it there.
That was building up, though.
So, Matt, we kind of discussed this a little bit. Do we have a super sub that might be coming in?
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not going to throw anything
I
out
can
there
tell
just
you,
yet.
I can tell you this: Lionel Messi and virtually any of the players are not in Fort Worth playing tonight. So we'll.
Speaking of
Not
being
in Fort Worth.
Matt, you and I talked about this at halftime of the last game. TCU is hosting a team for World Cup.
How about that?
Dallas Baptist is hosting a team, and
That's so exciting.
Toyota
Oh, he called the handball.
FC Dallas
Quick
Toyota
restart.
Stadium, whatever you want to call it, with their ads or whatever they can call it, is also hosting. So that is really exciting.
That is so exciting. I cannot wait. We still got like over a year, though.
Almost 2. In the summer of 26.
All right, 2 years. You're right.
Well, we have the Olympics just before that, and the USA squad making the Olympics for the first time in several years, maybe decades.
It's
Unfortunately,
been a long time.
Unfortunately, laid an egg against Japan not too long ago, last couple days, the team that they had beaten earlier in the fall. But the USA squad, very exciting to see both the men and the women involved in the Olympics. That's something that hasn't happened in some time.
Well, Matt, and we also have Copa America.
And
that
as
I
well.
believe
And the
starts-
Europa.
And the Euro, yes. I
Let's
mean,
go.
that all sorts of soccer going on all over the world.
Exciting month.
An exciting
Oh,
month.
God.
Boy, what
Oh,
a great
boy.
ball.
Oh,
that
Great
gosh.
chance, and he just missed it.
wow.
The 6'5" frame of Jordan Ott.
Open goal, buddy.
Scared number 9, Antoine Marquez. And there was an opportunity there. Had to sell out.
May have dodged a bullet there.
Yeah, good news. We got over the another look at that real quick. Yeah, this
It was
ball
a
right there. he
Brilliant ball over the
took
top.
off. Had control there. I think he would have had him beat, but missed that one. A lot of excitement in the second half here. And by the way,
Jaramillo with an opportunity here. We'll get to that in just a second.
Sorry.
We might have an opportunity for Jaramillo. Defended well. and getting out. And we'd like to hear from our sponsors now. Go ahead, Megan.
Oh, thank you. The second half here is brought to you by LeGrand Plaza. LeGrand Plaza is a one-of-a-kind super regional shopping mall with over 300 stores in a family-friendly environment with a variety of events to enjoy every weekend. LeGrand Plaza is a proud supporter of the Fort Worth Vaqueros.
We got somebody down.
Do we? Oh.
Looks like Francisco Jaramillo. He was down.
He's
asking
hurting.
the coach. Marola right next to him. The fourth official. And interestingly enough, 11. There he is. Jaramillo has scored 1 goal this season. We'd mentioned that Mirador, with both goals tonight, ties with Michael Grimm for the most on the team this season. In just 1 game, Grimm had 2. Mirador with a brace tonight. Able to help Fort Worth's cause. Let's hope he can get a hat trick. How great would that be?
Yeah, someone in the chat keeps calling for it. They're like, hey, it's going to happen. Bradley Anderson's called it last game and this game now. He wants to see it.
Not able to connect. There, West Texas like to tic-tac down the field, but Fort Worth able to defend well. Orson has really taken over this lead defense the last few games. He's done a great job back there. This ball back to Constant.
I like this ball back to the keeper, keeping possession, utilizing that as another player in the field. I always like getting them involved. Like, swing it, give it back to me, get some momentum. Here's a good ball.
Constant looking long for Jaramillo, and he finds him. Gets around it.
Still got it.
That's really
And a
good
nice
work.
cross.
Hey, he got the ball off. That wasn't half bad at all.
A nice cross. He was looking for Cabrera. A little too quick, and then Aitken got on the way and picked it up.
Oh, but he's down. He's hurting.
Yeah,
it looked like a
that's the
cramp. That's
second
for sure.
time.
You can see them like pulling the hamstring. So the referee has stopped play. And the physio is going out there to take a look at him.
And that means, like, let's get a quick drink of water, please.
All right, let's get some water quickly.
Sponsor the Rabbit Hole Pub, the official post-game party host. Join us after the game to meet players, staff, fans at the Rabbit
Oh, that reminds me, post-game party hosts, Rabbit Hole Pub. Is that where you're going, Robbie?
Most likely.
Yeah. Okay.
Most
there.
likely. Most likely.
Also, thank you to North Texas Orthopedics and Spine Center. They're a proud part of the official team doctors that take care of your Vaqueros.
You see the Vaqueros getting some water. While Mr. Jaramillo comes off, it doesn't look like there's going to be a substitution for him. He's just going to get some control on the bench. The Fort Worth will play with 10 here for a little while till he can come back.
I do see possibly maybe, oh, maybe not. Our subs warming up there in the corner.
You see several of them over there. Rylan Sibley, Colton Roundtree, Tyler Little. If he's in the game, he'll play his 18th match consecutively here. And we do have a substitution. It's Danny De La Cerda who's now come in for number 11, Jaramillo. De La Cerda, also from Aledo. Played at Hill College. All right. Fort Worth maybe we get something capitalized here. He sure did.
Corner.
Speaking of Aledo, I saw special guest Derek Veerling down there watching the game.
Down there?
Yes. I was so happy to see him. He's like, just coming to support my boys. Oh,
There's an
my
opportunity.
goodness.
Off the crossbar, the goalie's best friend.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Coming in hot.
There's a chance for Estel. He passes back off to De La Cerda.
Have a go
Looking
on
at
that.
it, Murador with a shot blocked. And here's an
finish it.
opportunity
Oh my
right
God, he's so
into the
close. I love it.
waiting stomach of Aitken was Dylan Cabrera with a point-blank shot, and he is out. I mean, you wouldn't want to be on the end of that howitzer.
Knocked the air out of him.
Oh, my. That had to
take
hurt.
another look. Great ball there. shot was blocked, got one off, and then followed up and just nailed it right into him. Like, whew. He's going to feel that tomorrow.
And the goalie.
Remind me before we leave, Megan, that I need to have a conversation with Derek Veerling.
Oh, I will.
Derek Veerling, the former Aledo boys and girls coach there for a long time.
He was the last club coach that I had when I was 18. I'd love to see him.
You don't see that very often when you see coaches in the high school level coaching both sides, the boys and the girls. You see Austin Guest, who won a state championship with Midlothian this season in 5A, but you rarely see that, 5A boys.
Yeah, and my girl assistant
Derek.
Derek.
That's a great ball, but you're going to be offside.
Yeah, you were off. You were off there, bud.
You were so close to being perfect there.
Whoa. Well, no surprise goals in the first 10 minutes of this game.
And as the sun goes down, it's my kind of time here. My kind of town. Fort Worth, come on.
That's right.
We need something, you boys in blue.
Well, sun goes down, so do we. I mean, they do. What?
Wait, what?
What
just happened?
I don't know.
I think I know what you're trying to say.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant.
Yeah. It's like, right. Time to talk about Count Chocula, probably. So I guess not.
Roadhouse survey coming up.
Roadhouse survey's coming up.
Oh, boy, we're doing that again.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
We can't talk about the new one. It's going to be the old one.
We're talking about 37-year-old movies. Yes, that's what we'll do. So, all right. Fort Worth still 2-2. 28 minutes remaining in this second half.
We got a game.
In the 63rd minute. Clausen. And try to get that ball inside Fort Worth, equal to the task. That's Arends. They were trying to pick it up. And with 19, Pierce Ware. Been very good in the 6 tonight, Mr. Ware. Very calming player in there. So, and there's an opportunity here with Fort Worth loses it.
Deny the shot.
Correa.
Nice.
And blocked by 19 Ware.
Very well.
We just talked about him standing right there with the goalie and helping the goalie out. That's what the 6 does. Defended by, of all people, Clay Mirador with the brace tonight. They're all back in. The only offensive player right now out there is number 9, Cabrera again. Fort Worth with 9 players back on defense. And ball inside to Correa, and he finds it at a point-blank shot.
Great
blocked,
save.
but here's still an opportunity for West Texas. A great chance thwarted for McCormick as he stood on the doorstep.
Just keep
McCormick's
pushing
dangerous.
him backwards. Just keep pushing him backwards.
It's Parrish. Back out to Correa, and they find him.
Oh, he
and
wants
he's
it off. He's offside. There we go.
offside.
Thank
Wow,
you.
I think they got away
I'm going to have
with
to see
one
it.
there.
Do we have it? We're going to have to check that. You think so?
Even if he was offsides, Fort Worth got away with sloppy defense.
De La Cerda on his line. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can tell.
Are you sure?
Yes, you could see the goal line right there and him like just right ahead. De La Cerda was on his line. He was watching the line the whole way. He had it. Let's go. But still, makes me nervous. Where's my stress ball?
Brought to you by Hooters.
Brought to you by Hooters. Oh, there we go.
It's a foul on Fort Worth. He might be
I wish we could mic
he
the
is
ref.
starting to reach into his pocket, but no. You know, referees, they teach you to put the red and the yellow cards in different places so that you don't pull the wrong one out. And generally that's a rule of thumb, and I'm having a hard time picking up this the center's cadence on that, but he keeps motioning to his left breast pocket, as if he's about to pull the yellow out.
Yeah, that's just
Oh,
show.
sure, but it just seems like
I think he's called a fair game so far,
Yep.
so whatever he's doing, he'll keep doing it.
usually that, I don't know, way back when, in the
Usually
90s.
Fort Worth has 5 cards already.
Right? When they do that, and we got some substitutions coming in. We'll get to you in a second, but usually you'd put that yellow card somewhere where it's easy for you to get in your pocket, and then the red one somewhere where you make it difficult.
Yeah, a little more
But
difficult.
nonetheless, we're not. So number 8, Ryan Nadeau comes in, and he's coming in for Vander Rocha. And number 3, Kareem Williams, also coming in. He's coming in for George Windsor.
And especially the Fort Worth Sports Commission and Visit Fort Worth.
2 substitutions so far here, the 25 minutes to play.
How many red cards have you had, Bat?
How many have I had?
Yes.
How many have I booked? I don't know. 31 years of refereeing, I don't know. Not very
Too many to count?
Usually I know that those cards come with money, and those guys that get the cards need the money for beer. So I'm kind of lenient sometimes to that. But
Like
not
you
anymore.
take money for in place
No,
of
no,
cards?
no, no,
Awfully
no,
nice.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood
no.
that.
The league has to take whatever
The
that league
league,
is. The
okay.
league finds the players.
And
Let's
then
make
they
sure.
use
Let's
it.
make sure that's perfectly clear, North Texas. You're not going to be all over me about this.
We're going to go back on your referee history and pull up those games.
Oh no, you're not.
I'm making phone
you're not
calls.
gonna
I'm making some
find
phone
that.
calls right now.
You're not going to find that.
And also, you're not getting a beer bought for you tonight when we go to the
What?
rabbit hole.
By who?
The
Uh-oh.
man that you just called out.
Oh, there's a foul.
Oh,
I
don't
didn't call
know.
him out.
Yeah,
He might buy me a
I
beer
think
still.
that- I
I
think
could
that
still
you-
maybe.
My gosh, it's Father's Day tomorrow. So I mean, you
Okay,
could.
I have to buy
you
you the
could,
beer.
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
My
That's
birthday
fine.
is Wednesday.
And your
so
birthday.
I mean,
Dang
yes.
it.
I mean,
Okay,
I've got all
Matt.
these things are happening.
Calm
People are going to be
down.
buying me beers.
Yeah, all the people in this chat are going to show up tonight to buy Matt Quinn a beer for
So-
birthday and Father's Day.
But Rylan Sibley comes in, as well as David Sarur, number 2. Coming out of the game is Avery Estelle, and number 3, Gavin Gall.
Looks like a little bit of scatter in the chat from Alexis Leif. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Not seeing it offsides. I'm telling you, it was hard to look, but I looked at instant replay. I still see that yellow line where he was. I'm saying it was a good call.
Let's just say it was very close.
It was close.
It definitely was very close. Nice moves by
David Soror. I missed him coming in.
Dave-
David
like
Sarur
that.
comes in, and as well.
Jeffrey Kozlowski is watching.
Oh yeah, shout out to Jeffrey.
Remember, folks, tell us where you're from watching the match. We'd love to hear from you, from where you're from, as well as your comments.
He is from Warsaw, Poland, I believe.
All right.
Jeffrey
Yes.
from Poland.
Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. I thought I saw him earlier today.
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay, just that's where he's from, but not.
This is not where he's
No.
from.
Oh man, that
What a
was that was
shot
a good shot.
A shot for Ott to cover up,
Shot
and he does.
for Ott.
And he does. So keeping this 2-2, keeping this real, Fort Worth. We need another goal to make it interesting. Try to get that first win in almost a year. Our last broadcast
Dang.
on July 6th
Boy,
against
Matt, you
that
make
last
that
year.
sound so bad.
Well, I'm a
I mean,
reporter.
Facts
This
are
is
facts.
Summer
The facts are
league.
facts, yes. Can't argue with them. On July 6th, the Fort Worth Vaqueros beat the Central Texas Coyotes here and sort of here on our YouTube channel. The last game of the season. Everybody remembers Price Anderson scoring with about 4 minutes to play to make that interesting. 3-2 win for Fort Worth. That's our last one.
I, for one, do not remember that.
I miss
could have
Price
been for other
Anderson.
reasons.
Curious to see where Price Anderson is these days. And we were missing Parker Plaxco. Honestly, like he's been a
Yeah,
missing
and how
piece
big
since
of a
he got
difference? I thought
injured.
about this today, Megan. How big of a difference does that make if he's playing with
Huge.
us all season?
Huge.
Plaxco with 1 goal in the first game this season is out. He'll be, you may have, one of our broadcasts, the third one, you'd seen the player came from an offside position, from a far offside position at that. Cabrera from 5 yards out. But, yeah, Plaxco was a great interview.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to head up to Midwestern
Midwestern,
State
yeah,
in
Wichita
Wichita Falls.
Falls,
Yeah. And he'll be there in time for the rest of the season.
Matt,
They're-
I got to ask you a question. Would you rather live in Tulsa or Wichita Falls?
Wow.
Oh, that's a. Got to defend this well here.
This looks like a corner kick, well defended by Orson. He's from New Haven, Connecticut.
He's
I'd
calling
rather
that.
go
Can we-
there.
I'm curious. Can we replay that real quick? I want to know if that was off of him or not.
Yeah, that ball was off of him.
He's mad.
Right?
Advisor Taylor Fitzgibbon of Edward Jones.
He attends Yale. He's a junior, and a great defense there with 20 minutes plus remaining in regulation time. We expect a water break to be happening any time here. But as well, Sarur able to push that one off. West Texas getting the chances here late. They started to bring everyone in. That's number 9 picking it up, Cabrera by himself.
Got to hold the ball there as that forward. Hold on to it.
I'd like to see him hold that up, but it may have just been
he thought he could get by
the release
him.
valve.
Mm-hmm.
Ian Durrence trying to defend, as well as 15 newly into the game. Ryland Sibley, all the way from Burleson High School. You'd like to see him, a former Elk and Texas Wesleyan product. This ball picked up quickly and thankfully by Ott as he tried to.
And just got tackled, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah.
They just got run into.
Yeah.
They're friends.
How about that?
They probably
are. They're like, hey.
You think gonna share a Coke after the game? You think?
A
I don't know.
Coca-Cola Classic?
I don't know. Buy you a Coke after the game.
Okay, where those northern...
You spelled, or you mispronounced Jaeger.
Thank you. Yeah, you mispronounced Jaeger there.
I didn't. Was it me that pronounced Jaeger? I didn't say
What?
anything about it. Whoa, that ball is in
my
Fort Worth, I think. Frederick.
That ball's in Burleson.
That might be. Frederick Clausen playing it way up in the air. And here's a chance for Fort Worth as they start to the attack with David Sarur's throw-in.
Oh, I'm sorry. As far as the Tulsa versus Wichita Falls, I'd go Tulsa all day for Mandy, my friend. She just told me I better defend Tulsa, so.
Oh, it is a fair question.
It was a fair question. He didn't answer it, did he? Nope.
No, he absolutely said he was not answering.
Mark Chestnut, in a famous song, decided he didn't like Tulsa and wanted to come to Texas.
Oh, is that
Good
what it
for
is?
him, yes. He did.
Yeah, but he wanted to go to Wichita Falls.
He would have taken Wichita Falls. He'd read between it, I guess. He instead of leaving,
get on
leaving
your
Tulsa.
horse, please.
There's a chance here for West Texas and a point-blank shot. Oh, just
lucky.
missed. He wish he'd had that one back.
He should have scored that.
Absolutely got away with one there.
Number 9, Marquez, looking to light the lamp for the second time tonight. A wide-open goal with Ott trying to come out to scare him, and he did. His best Frankenstein mask on, I guess. I don't know, but that was a wide-open net.
Jordan Ott is an attractive young man. He has not got no Frankenstein mask. I'm just saying.
What are we talking about?
I'm just defending him. You called him Frankenstein.
I'm laying out on that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying he scared him. That's
Okay,
my euphemism.
I'm just going to say he's a good goalkeeper.
He's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah,
yes,
he is a good goalkeeper.
He is.
Frankenstein mask. Maybe that's his nickname.
I'm not going there. Correa there falls on the ground and allows for for West Texas to get a free kick, but they decide not to play it over all the forward players' heads as they've been doing most of the match. And number 3, Kareem Williams, new into the game. Defended well by Clay Murador. He's been a great two-way player tonight.
Clay is on.
He's been fantastic
Yeah,
tonight.
he is on. Great defense. He's working hard. Back and forward.
Aitken way off of his line, about 30 yards from the goal line. Fort Worth able to pick something up. He could make it interesting. Cabrera trying to attack him. The ball played long for McCormick, number 10.
Shut this down. I hate when McCormick gets the ball.
And he scores.
Boy, he did really
I
well.
was just saying that, man. I don't want him to get the ball because he is dangerous.
McCormick.
Oh, somebody's
Here's
got
the
to
replay
step
here.
up and get in front of that ball.
I mean, like, worked all the way from the back here.
Slithers all the way through the Fort Worth defense. I don't think Jordan Ott picked that up quickly.
Oh, my gosh. Just ran right through the middle.
Two defenders, miscommunication.
Yeah.
Something broke down there. I'm not holding Jordan Ott responsible for
No,
that
not
at
at
all.
all.
I would say that the
I would be pissed if I was him
Or
right
the
now.
Two
on the
defenders
line.
crossed
Right.
themselves
My
over, and he just walked right through there and got a free shot from about the 18.
I would say that the talent of Mr. McCormick and where he's been playing his pedigree, from West Virginia University, graduating from there, that was his power move. he forced him left, right? He looked like he was moving left, and then all of a sudden he just shoots back to the right.
And took 2 defenders
Right,
with
and
him.
took 2 defenders with him, and I don't think Ott saw it. Saw where the ball was going because they also had players coming from the right side. He looked like he might be wanting to pass. Nonetheless, that takes the lead over to the West Texas FC team. They lead 3-2 here with 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes.
It's a punch in the
And
gut, but
It is a punch in the gut, but we still got some time.
I got a feeling we're going to see our super sub here still.
Yeah,
see him getting
that
ready.
would be interesting. Do you see that down there?
I did see that. I was wondering
Okay.
what was happening.
The game with the specialized care of Dr. Stewart.
Hey,
We'll
anything can
see.
happen. Like we said, there's a lot of time left.
Performance on and
Yeah,
off.
we'll see.
Oh, man. Could have done without that, though. McCormick's been on fire tonight. He's had a really great game.
Luke
I do want to take this time to say happy birthday to John Hinkle.
Oh, it's
I'm
John's
sure
birthday
that you're
today.
probably not listening from the mountains in St. Louis or wherever you are, or Canada. But happy birthday.
Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, John, wherever you are.
And I'm going to make a run at that Woody's Cup this year, just so you know, Summer League.
You've already missed 2 events.
It doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm pretty sure I'm about to win gold on the next 6, 7. Mark my words.
Okay.
It's from Derby, England, Mr. McCormick. A nice goal to give them the lead. This West Texas team,
Who's that number 14 in there?
who's that number 14? Is he in the
Oh.
match?
Wait a second.
Yeah, he looks familiar.
Looks familiar.
He's number 14 all the way from Lee College. And our goalkeeper, generally, for 14 into the match for Cabrera. That's
The Jorge
Jacob Burkle.
The Jorge Campos.
Jacob Burkle has entered the match, the usual goalkeeper here, because of some suspensions and some injuries and things. Burkle is a former striker,
Really?
I'm putting in the call right
And,
now that he's going to score.
Oh, I love it.
and so he's in the match here for Fort Worth.
I hope he does.
So very dramatic situation here is the goalkeeper now wearing a blue jersey and getting some action here the last 15 minutes of this.
We're going to need to cover up that backside.
Yeah, we're gonna need to mark that. Oh,
A nice
wow.
save there by
That's a great
Ott.
save.
And another save
Oh
by
my
Fort Worth.
goodness.
These two,
Jeez.
Stevenson and Correa, they're combining for an opportunity that Fort was able to stop.
we got to defend well
You
here.
gotta slow
Stevenson
it down.
here.
Okay, that's
Oh
going to
my
help.
goodness, all over us. And those passes right into the middle. I mean, someone's got to step and not be fooled by the fake the first time.
And Stevenson, a U.S. player, he's from Longwood. Plays at Longwood University. Here's Burkle
Go
with a
ahead,
chance.
Burkle.
Great touch.
And he brings the ball forward.
Ooh.
Yeah, oh.
Oh, he tried to jump.
He tried to
He tried
jump,
to
but
jump
there may
over.
be.
He did. He's jumping over, and he had a kind of got
You-
caught up. Do we
you
have a
don't
quick
have-
replay
you
of
don't have
that?
to pull a card out for this. Just
No.
talk to him.
There. I mean, let's. I
There
mean,
was nothing malicious.
see if we can get
about
it real quick. Let's just see. He went into jump. I mean, you go in at it's a 50-50 ball there. Look at him. He attempts to jump over. I think that's a minimal contact. That's not. Oh, I think it's. Keeper goes down. There's going to be some kind of a big deal made. I'm going to bet that he gets up and we just continue with this game.
Play is stopped. The referee, and of course, they're going to add time to this as the clock continues to run, as you see up in the left-hand corner of the screen.
Yeah.
They'll add time.
It was hard to see what he got caught up on, but I mean, it was minimal, and he's probably fine. It can continue. So let's not be so dramatic, folks. Huh?
Speaking of dramatic, Megan has still offered up that she's going to get a tattoo should Fort Worth come back and win this game.
You know what? I said that last game, but here we are. You know what? Yeah, that's fine. I'll put it back out there.
I know a place. It's right next to where I work.
I know
Oh,
a place.
Wild Rooster.
I know a place. Wow.
I heard there's also a guy named Pinky down the street here.
Interesting. Whenever they're named Pinky or Tiny or,
This
people
is
like that,
perfect.
it kind of
Yeah.
it's an interesting. idea. Well, wait a minute. The goalkeeper looks like he is coming out of the match. Aitken leaving the match here. And their
Well, I hope
reserve,
he's okay, of course, but
their reserve goalie, Christian Sekina, like he might be coming into the match as well. 14, Kanina also interested in participating, as well as Tyler Little. We've been talking about him some. If he does get into this match, he'll have 18 consecutive matches for the Fort Worth Vaqueros since his start last year. Played in every one of them last year, and will play in every home game at least.
did you see a booking on that by chance, or I didn't?
I didn't see a
Because
booking.
I'm telling you, it was a 50-50 ball. He did attempt to jump over him, and they might have just got caught up a little bit. Because you bring your hand up, you see him coming over, like there's a chance there. But it being a 50-50 ball, I don't think that's necessary.
And you can see the changing here. It looks like
Just one of the field players just got the call up.
no, he's their second string,
Oh,
their
okay.
second reserve goalie, Christian Sekina. My
also-
apologies. Sekanina.
It's also a great opportunity to waste some time and let the clock
I'm going
run.
to add it
Clock
to
clock management.
Yeah, you see the coach
But
there,
the fact that he
Ormiston.
did come out of the game makes
Yeah.
me think that there was something wrong.
Right, you see the coach there, Ormiston, talking to the fourth official.
I'm laughing
And,
at the chat. I'm not even going to repeat what that says, but get on there and check it out for yourself. Sounds like I'm not even.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything.
I mean,
about
wow.
that last
I
one, but
mean,
all right.
got some close friends. The keeper looks like he's got some close friends in the chat. Oh,
My-
we're doing a concussion protocol test down here, is what it looks like.
My apologies. I can tell you this. One thing about our broadcast is that virtually everything is organic. We have to go gather our own notes. We get all of our information
Yes.
on our own. We don't get pronunciation guides. So, Mom and Dad, I apologize if I have misspelled or missaid
Right.
your kids' names this season, but usually it's all drawn up right before the game.
Right, and Matt Quinn over here does an excellent job of trying his best to track down that information and be as accurate as possible. So thank you
And
for that,
I'm
Matt.
going to apologize for having friends that are idiots.
In the chat or just in general?
Just in general.
Well, that's not me. I'm your friend. It's not in regards
You're
to me.
here. I
Okay.
wouldn't say that right to your face.
I'm
Okay.
hearing that the pronunciation is Sekanina, but I'm not so sure about that. We'll go with it. We'll restart play with him in the game now. Our goalie, Aitken, giving up 2 goals in this match. He's out. And Mr. Sekanina, Christian Sekanina, is in the game.
All right. Well, let's
He from Germany, playing Division I soccer for the Jacksonville Dolphins in
that's
Florida.
cool.
Which is also the team that the captain, Olivia Carrera, plays for, the Division I team in Jacksonville. Fort Worth needs to do something to get at least.
and they're starting to run out of time.
Yeah, it's time to turn it on. I mean, it's not much of a deficit here, but
And at least they're not playing a man down like we were a couple of days ago.
exactly.
It's time to move up as a team and put pressure on
We
their
have
goal.
11. We got our super sub in.
All right,
We're ready to
elite-
play.
I do like the super sub. I'm still calling that as a goal and you getting a tattoo later.
Well, it's going to – okay.
And here's an opportunity,
Not
and
bad.
picked up quickly. Sekanina able to pick up that one. Comes off of his line. Trying to direct traffic.
Just going long with this.
I got a feeling there's going to be about 6 to 7 minutes of stoppage time because of the 2 injuries and the water break.
Well, you're just taking your sweet time here.
It also looks like Colton Roundtree is into the match, number 16.
Yeah,
Playing
I'm
up
happy
front.
to see him. Also a Fort Worth Vaqueros youth coach.
Yep.
Free kick.
Good to see that. It looks like the bench has been cleared, so there are no more substitutions in this, and we're going to play with what we've got. Burkle. That pass off.
Ouch.
Referee calls it.
Ah.
That foul by 13, or excuse me, 19 Ware.
Texas.
Oh, yep. I see Jamie Southern down there, second row, front and center.
Oh, I thought you were about to say that he's putting a shirt on.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? No, he's too old. But he definitely is a good voice to have on your side. Like, he's probably one of the best eyes on soccer that I know, and will call out a foul or a missed call as soon as he sees it, and be able to tell you if it's a fairly called game. So no pressure, referee.
Kanina comes into the game. He takes the free kick. He comes in for Clausen, who settles a great game for Mr. Clausen. He's been very steady back there for West Texas. This ball played back to Orson.
I feel like we got to keep the ball, keep possession here. Let's not just kick it away unless we have to, of course. But
We've got to have possession. Ott throws it into the fourth row of stands on the other side, unfortunately. Fortunately, there's a fan over there able to get the ball.
Is that a ball boy?
We don't normally see that.
Ball in the game at the chat room pub.
6 minutes remaining in regulation time. Maybe 6
Oh,
minutes
boy.
remaining otherwise.
what?
Orson, no, he was tripped from the back. The referee, like,
I
what?
mean, definitely some contact there, not necessary.
It wasn't, but we need to make this needs to go faster.
We got to take control back here. Like, what? Was there a free kick called back here?
Oh, wow.
Did I miss something?
I think we all did.
It looks like a free kick is materialized off of a foul for West Texas. It looks like McCormick is going to take this.
Good stuff.
And good save by Constant.
Got to
Back
get rid
in
of
there.
it. You're going to have to get rid of it.
Little to run into.
And
Ethan
that's a
Stevenson picks it up.
Huge collision for no foul.
Yeah.
Marquez, they're dealing with the ball.
Ooh, good step.
Looking for Stevenson. Fort Worth really defending here, having to be gritty and defend and hold, but taken away. Oh, my gosh. Sibley, they're losing the ball, unfortunately. And West Texas here able to hold on to it. 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, West Texas has done a very good job of just holding on to the ball.
That's Ryan. Yes, go ahead.
Making things really difficult for Fort Worth to try to maintain any kind of possession and move up with numbers. And like I said, rapidly running out of time to do that.
Coming into the game is number 5, Jorge Romero, his first action of the season. He's going to take over for Pierce Ware in the middle.
Number 5, Jorge Romero.
My apologies. I thought they'd emptied their bench, but as well, 17, Liam Core, all the way from Ireland. Got to watch out for those
man.
Irish guys.
Those Irish guys
He's
are
kinda
dangerous.
Coming into the match, and Stevenson taking a break. Ethan Stevenson done for the night. That ball
not getting chipped.
over
I was
the
concerned
head.
that
He
got
knew
chipped
where it
there.
was going. He was
Over the
fine.
head
He
of
was
Jordan
fine.
Ott. Good place kick. De La Cerda gets,
Dang.
oh my.
Yeah,
De
that
La Cerda
hurts.
got run into.
I like that he just jumped up and said, "Let's go, let's move on." Didn't lay down, cry about it. There's no time for that right now. We got to move.
Grimm plays the ball a little too far for Burkle. He's attacking. It seemed like that was a little straightened out. Burkle might have had a beeline to the goalkeeper. The way it's gone tonight, 2 goals for West Texas in the first half, one by Stevenson in the first minute, and then a nod up by Mirador in the 6th. Mirador came back again in the 8th to score just 2 minutes time. One with his right foot, one with his left to make it 2-1 Fort Worth.
Man, he just took the ball from him.
And there's an
And
easy one
finished
there.
Oh, I mean, back coast isn't not
It's
covered
just,
there.
Matt, it's just another second half.
Yeah, 3 minutes remaining. Well, instant replay, we get another look at that, and you're going to see, like, look at him right now. Like, why are we not defending on that back post?
Yeah, and
It's just there. Like,
I can't see who that was, but
it was David Soror. I mean, he's going to hear about that from some point. I mean, it just, he thought the ball wasn't going to get there. And he was trying to anticipate it. It wasn't there. You got to play careful, especially when it's this close of a game at 3-2. It hurts, but you play on.
Just getting into the game, number 17, Liam Core gets a goal to make it 4-2 off of a great cross.
Ooh, a lot of contact there.
Like a great cross from Antoine
And
Marquez, I
watch
believe.
out
And
here. Everybody calm down.
Well, at this point, he's got to have to pull out some cards. At this point, it's like, what do we have to lose? But let's just play classy, Let's just keep the game going.
The referee has, I believe, with all the contact that's going on, I think the referee has had a lot of leniency to these players. But at some point, the bookings have to come out. We only have 2 yellow cards in this match. Both of them occurring in the first half, and it's a shot that goes right over Ott. It would have been a second goal for Core if he had found the net. 4-2 now. West Texas with the lead with just 2 minutes left of regulation time. Maybe about 6 minutes or so of stoppage time. It kind of depends on how much the score improves or not. Probably. It's Roundtree into the game. Colton Roundtree able to attack. West Texas here really doing a good job of holding the ball, but number 9, Cabrera, number 8, Grimm, the captain, trying to get into the
into the
physical
attacking
saves.
side.
Yes.
This last few minutes might get a little chippy here.
One of the few games we've had more goals than cautions.
Yeah.
Occurring 6 goals in this match, 2 cautions, surprisingly for both teams. Orson throwing the ball in, looking for Grimm.
Matt, you're exactly right. West Texas has done a fantastic job of just shutting this game down.
They've moved the ball around so well and taken advantage of all their opportunities. So well played.
I'd say especially after the third goal was scored by Stevenson in his run-up, they've kind of
have one, Jordan. He wanted that. Whew.
Control it. Jacob here with a chance. Burkle getting a chance, and they've got numbers of 4-on-3 if they want it. They've decided to slow it down and bring it down.
Yeah, and they don't need it. And
stop time is kept on the field.
And McCormick.
Unlucky. Got to get back here.
Vander Mullen, and there's a chance here for Olivia Correa, the captain.
Correa did everything right except put that ball in the goal. That was a great move to get around the last defender.
Here comes Ott with the goal kick.
Don't know the official amount of stoppage minutes. I'm going to guess 5. But I haven't seen anything down there yet. Oh.
I don't know that he actually got caught in the face. And don't do anything rash here. Don't pull out a red. He never saw him.
He kind of ran into the left foot of Jorge Romero. Let's hope he's okay.
Hope he's okay, and official, just leave it alone. It was not done on purpose.
Bringing the trainers out. You can hear that.
Up and looks to be okay. I like that decision by the official. Okay, yellow card, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, take it. Right now we're going into in the 4th minute of stoppage time.
Be here a while, it looks like. I guess he's gotten up, and now number 20.
West Texas will be number 20, Martinez.
Martinez coming into the match. And looks like he's going to replace 20 coming in.
And I believe this team is in 3rd place currently. They got a run. They're going on a run for it, I believe.
And they replaced Olivia Carrera, the captain of the team. West Texas is in 4th place currently with 7 points.
Sorry.
And a win tonight would improve their total up to 10. which would get them in at least third place. They might move up one with this one. Fort Worth, unfortunately, with another loss, remain at the bottom of the table with 2 points.
And just kind of reflecting on watching all these teams play, there's a lot of talent on every single team, and it's exciting to watch, and I've appreciated every minute of it.
I'd like to thank you fans for watching this season. Continuing to watch all over the world on YouTube. The Fort Worth Vaqueros and their blue kits tonight. Unless something incredible happens in the next couple minutes, which would be amazing, but nonetheless.
Yeah, like thank God for not – we're doing a
coming
substitute.
on.
He almost just made a horrible pass right into our middle of the field here.
Crossfield pass.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Soror. Instead, he plays it up to Sibley. A little too strong. Looking for, it looks like a corner, the corner kick.
Okay, let's
How
go
about
now.
that? We didn't see that.
Kick for the Vaqueros out of the northeast corner.
Oh,
Oh, and just off
off
the side of Burkle. He had a
Burkle.
chance.
I like Burkle's enthusiasm there, though.
Goalkeeper taking one. I kind of liken this to the A&M 12th man in a weird way, but nonetheless, he's coming off the bench. Usually you don't see goalkeepers wanting to get involved in the fray, but Mr. Burkle has shown us all season that he's not going to back down from anything.
Yeah, he's super confident in his play, and I respect it. Good for him.
I don't believe that I would have jumped into that ball just coming off a broken nose.
That was
Right?
incredible earlier this season.
I know.
Suffering a broken nose in practice and having to wear a mask against Lubbock, and then threw the mask off. And
Now, I don't jump at
does that
any
make that
balls
interesting?
these
Right?
days, Robbie. Any that are, no 50-50 balls are out of the question these days.
And we are working towards maybe the 7th minute of stoppage time. Not much time here for Fort Worth to get something on the board.
And I believe
And I
that's gonna
believe
be it, Matt.
that's the game.
And that's the match. Fort Worth Vaqueros.
West Texas here winning tonight's match 4-2, the last game of the Fort Worth Vaqueros home schedule. Keep in mind they have 3 more games remaining after this, one more with West Texas to conclude the season. They will, of course, their next match will be against Austin United and then CF10 Houston, which are maybe some lower level teams in the table they might be able to take advantage with. They'll conclude again with West Texas, but Fort Worth here ends the home schedule here without a win in very tough fashion tonight. After taking a 2-1 lead into the 8th minute, they lost the lead in the 14th minute. We'll go over the scoring. Mr. Stevenson with his first goal of the game. In the first minute, Ethan Stevenson in the first minute made it 1-0. I almost called him Alex Mirador. All season long I've been trying to hold on to that. Here you go, Alex. But your son, Clay Mirador, scored in the 6th minute and in the 8th minute, one with the left, one with the right.
He played great.
A brace tonight for Mr. Mirador, and then their team, Antoine Marquez, tied the score at 2, make it 2-2, and then that was what it was at halftime. And then Liam Core, the super sub, really for West Texas in the 87th minute after a goal by Luke McCormick. At the 75th minute, the scoring in the second half for West Texas, they take this one again, 4-2. Your thoughts, Megan?
Well, I mean, just overall, it's been rough this season. We know it, but like I said before, I think really just being here and watching the individual talent that we have, just fighting till the end and just mixing it up and bringing in Burkle to throw him up top and seeing him play hard and seeing all of these guys play hard. I've enjoyed every second of it. I'm glad to be a part of Vaqueros. Whether we're at the top or the bottom of the table, I don't care. Like, this is just great soccer to watch and have a good time with family and friends. And you guys, like, I miss you guys.
Maybe.
But I'll buy you beer tonight, Matt.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
got you.
Thank you. How about you, Robbie? You enjoyed the game?
I always enjoy the game. I hate that it's already over. It seems like we just got started. thoughts on the season, and we talked about this a couple of days ago. Same song, different verse.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing in the second half that is not happening in the first half, or however you want to put it? We don't score enough goals. We don't defend well late in the half or games, or second half, excuse me. It's really strange because this team is so much more exciting than they were a season ago. They do a whole bunch of things really right, and they do a whole bunch of things that you really think that they're going to do well, and then we just don't get a result, whether that's unlucky or whatever's going on.
Sure.
I feel like they're very close, but it did not happen this year.
And you see the fans and the lining up, watching the game, waiting for the post-game autographs. We talked about this earlier. The players don't seem to obviously they're disappointed, as well as the coaching staff with the results this season, but nonetheless they've been there for the fans, saluting the fans after every game.
Exactly.
And I
was going to say, sorry, Matt. I was just going to say, like, that's what it's about, like taking in the kids that come down there and want autographs and still that just love them and to be a part of them. And the fact that we're building a huge youth program right now. I don't know if we mentioned they just signed 18 teams here July 1st. We're about to add another 18 teams to our youth program, not separate from academy. And I feel like we're going to continue to build that. Another thing we're tossing around is this coming year possibly having a Fort Worth ISD All-Stars team versus Vaqueros towards the beginning of time of tryouts, and possibly trying to pull from some Fort Worth ISD talent and putting them on the Vaqueros team. I'd love to see some of that. That's my goal for the future, kind of moving forward with Vaqueros. That's what I hope to see.
Well, let's see that happen. The recap of this game. We've already gone through the two yellow cards, not red. George Windsor in the 25th minute and Jacob Orson in the 39th minute. Surprisingly, again, in the way most of these games have gone, there have been more cards than there have been goals. But there were 6 tonight on the goal side and 2 only yellows, 1 for each team. For both teams, excuse me, 1 for each team. And Fort Worth will take a 12-day break. Interestingly enough, with all these games together, Fort Worth has played. This is the 3rd game in 7 days. And they'll have a break of 12 days where they take on Austin FC at Round Rock Multipurpose Center at 7:30. You might want to come down there and see them. They'd love to see you to get your Vaqueros fix on June 27th. It'll be the next game for Fort Worth. For West Texas, boy, all these teams are starting to run together. West Texas, they're home on Thursday. And they take on CF Houston FC at Asstown Broadband Stadium. You'll get to see your team, Midland, Odessa, and they've got a fine team as well. A different schedule for them. They've only played 2 home games. Played 1 home game so far. They'll play the last 4 at home. Unlike Fort Worth, was a contrast to them. So it'll be interesting. Remember, Fort Worth, again, this is our last home game. And we'd like to thank all the fans and everyone around the world who have been watching us on YouTube.
Yes, thank you so much.
They've been great, as well. As we'd mentioned, Anthony Harris and his Vaquero staff have been extremely helpful to help our broadcasts out, the information they have. And I can't say enough about Tony Marola and his assistant coach, Tristan Abbott, how they've allowed me to go into their personal space before the games. It's very exciting to see someone who has not been in the locker room in over almost 35 years. It's refreshing to see these kids are very excited about playing and getting involved. And as well, you don't want to not mention the other teams' coaches, and they've been very helpful too in getting rosters and whatever. They understand the importance of these matches as their friends and their supporters back home are watching them. So let's just say this. It's been a difficult season we've seen, and hopefully Fort Worth they can string 9 points together, but it might be kind of difficult for them to make the 4-team playoffs. However,
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So we won't want anyone on this broadcast to go unnoticed for all the help that they've been doing. They've been helping us out. One, Mark Foster has been getting in behind the camera these last 3 games, and we appreciate his help. 3 caps for Mark Foster.
Yeah, big improvement from the first game, I'll tell you that.
Thank you so much, Mark.
It wasn't him, but he came in and really cleaned it up for us. Thank you, Mark.
I'd also like to mention that Maui, the island legend, was in part of one of these camera nights as well. And
Miss Maui.
all right, we'll see Maui hopefully next season. Sean Thrasher all season long
Been
with
fantastic.
with the sounds and the sights and the
Thrasher.
graphics and everything else. Sean Thrasher sitting next to us. Thank you so much, Sean.
He's
the great job
mastermind.
you've done.
He's a mastermind.
Right. Megan Southern, Robbie King, you've been great all season with all your cereal talk and everything else that we've been doing.
Yeah.
And tattoo talk and whatever else.
No tattoo
Matt,
this
it's-
season.
Got it.
It's been a whole lot of fun. I can't believe it's already over. It seemed like it just started.
And I'd say for our executive producer, John Carney, who makes all of this happen, making sure that everyone gets to watch their broadcast with his time, talent, and treasure. John, I know you're not listening, probably playing Rock Lobster somewhere, but I hope that it works out for you. Anyway, we appreciate everything you've done for us.
Thank you, John.
I'd say at the end of this season, this has been tough, but when the winter snow has gone away and the leaves are pushed away and put away and whatever it puts away, the spring yields nice grass to practice on, and that'll be time for Vaqueros soccer once again in
That's
2025.
beautiful.
Year
That's
number
beautiful.
12, right?
What's that? Year number 12,
You're never.
at least for us. We'll
That's
be
beautiful, Matt.
we'll be celebrating Vaqueros soccer sometime in May. We'll come back to you. And so my name is Matt Quinn. My 20th year of broadcasting. I've enjoyed this Vaqueros season, and hopefully they can get 3 more wins to make this interesting. And Tony Marola, thank you for everything you've done for us. I appreciate it very
Thank
much.
you, Tony.
So the final score again tonight, West Texas FC pulls out their 3rd win of the season, and they go up to 11 points. Good for them. They win 4-2 over the Fort Worth Vaqueros.
Matt, can I say the last line?
Go ahead.
Stay classy, Cowtown.
Sort of.
Is that
It
how
wasn't
it
as
goes?
smooth. It wasn't
No,
as
it
smooth.
was not. That was
But
terrible.
you tried. It's okay.
Matt, go ahead and finish it off with that.
That's fine. Thank you for watching Fort Worth Vaqueros all around the world. Petit de monde for all of you out there on YouTube. And stay classy, Cowtown.
That was so much better
Beautiful.
than me.
YouTube, Burleson, stay classy.
Good night.
Good night.